Yeah, good morning. So this is going to be quiz 3 for the algebra basics. I actually was supposed to go ahead and do this every week, well, every day, and it's supposed to be like a daily training of basic math concepts to become more comfortable with math concepts as I move forward towards graduate school. And and so far, it does feel a little bit more comfortable handling certain types of like complex algebra expressions in my head. For example, dividing fractions with square roots. Sometimes and also larger larger numbers, like maybe 2 or 3 digits, outside the realm of just like very simple arithmetic. Today I'm going to do the quiz 3, so just going to give you one moment and I'm going to start just momentarily. I'm ready to do the quiz. Let's sit here now. Whoops. Here we go. All right. So we're going to do the Pendus rule, where we have Pendus and we do parentheses first. That becomes this. And then this times that becomes positive, because negative to negative equals positive. So we will get a positive 2. And then we get the parentheses here. This will be negative to negative equals positive. We have to do the exponents. So you have 2, 4, 8, 16. Now you have 25 to 16. And it's 11. It's 41. So I think that'd be, so when we start evaluating this function, it ended up becoming a 41. No. All right. Then I did something wrong with the, maybe I shouldn't have. That was right. Let me erase all this back. Okay, so what I should do maybe is do what's inside the parentheses first. And negative 2 would lead to, I thought it would lead to that. Okay. So it'll be negative 16. Let's try that. And if it's negative 16, then we could just do negative 16 like this, where we take that one. So it would be, this would be 8 minus 6, right? 8 plus 6 is 14. 9 plus 6 is 15. So 15 minus 6 is 9. And then you have 9 here. So I have 9 plus is 16, will give us 25. Okay. So what happened here is that when we have the negative in here, we don't actually change that negative into positive that way. We will just do whatever we can do to parentheses first, then we do the exponents. Then we do radical multiplication next. This is still multiplication. I have to remember that. That's still multiplication. Okay. Okay. We do this. This is basically where first we go to reciprocal, which would be becomes multiplication. And then we flip this sign. It still says it's like that. Then we can multiply from here to here. So 5 negative. What would be? How would it be? It would be negative 5 times negative 2 equals positive 10. And then negative 8 times negative 7 would be positive 56. And simplest form, let me see. I think 2 would be good. Let me see, because let me see, you have 25, 50. Yeah, I think 28. Yeah, so it'll be 5 and 28. Because we could use 2. 2 goes into 10 5 times, and then 2 goes into 56 2 times, with 28 times 2. Yeah, that looks that good. So 5, 28. Do the same one for this. Let me zoom in. I think negative 5/3 times negative 1/8. So it'll be 5. This is 3 times 8 is 24. We don't have to flip it because we're not dividing. But we do have to do this. Negative negative would be a positive, negative negative would be a positive. That's great. 5/24 is pretty good. Doesn't look like we do anything else. So it'll just be 5/24. 5/24. Just want to make a check. Just want to make check that that's what I'm doing. 4, 5 times 1, negative, 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 negative. It's positive. Yeah. Okay. Now we have the right deuces, the simplest form. And we're doing subtraction. In order to do subtraction, we have to do this, where if we find a common multiple between these two. We start with 2 and 5. We go 5 plus 5 is 10. And we say here, we try 2 times, oh, oops, let me get this out of here. So we say 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 will be equals 10. Then we can go ahead, we can say here 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's so we can go ahead and we go a little bit deeper here. We could say that when we times this by 5 here, and we times this by 2, we also times 2 up here, and we times 2 up here. Oh wait, that's why I made a mistake before too. It's 5. So 5, when we times 5 on the top of the denominator and the numerator, then we will get 5/10, and we get here 6/10. And then once we get that, now we can go ahead and just subtract like normal. Since there's a negative on this side and a negative on that side, it should go up to negative 11/10. Negative 11/10. Okay. So now we can go ahead and look at this. Evaluate the following expression. Okay, this is where we're going to use our PEMDAS rule. PEMDAS. So we make sure we start with parentheses. There's no parentheses here. So we're gonna next time we do exponents, it's exponents right here. And you have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. So that means that this is going to be 81. Then we could look at X. Once we do that, we can go to the multiplication. We don't have any multiplication. We don't have any division. We have addition. So we can start with addition. Since this is addition is here, we're going to go 1 plus 9 is 10. And we're going to say here, 9 plus 81 is 90. Then we'll do subtraction. Well, actually, no. Then we go back because we still have that. And then we can say 90 is 100 that way. Now we could do subtraction, which would be 9 minus 100, which would be 91. Okay, so then the answer should be 91. 91, maybe? Let's see. No. Okay, so I must have messed up the, let me make sure, let me backtrack right now. So if 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. 6 and 8, yeah, it's 81. Oh, I see what I did wrong. This is not 1 plus 9. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna this. This is okay. I'm gonna go all the way back here. This is what's wrong. It's negative 1 plus 9, which would be 9 times negative 1, which would be 8. Then after we get 8 here, then we go 9 plus 81. I mean, you get 8 plus 9. And you get 8 plus 81, which would be 89. And then we say 9 plus 89, because now we have a positive on this side. So then you have 89 plus 89 plus 90. 98. So it'll be 98. That's something to look out for next time. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I have to, in order for me to get that done, I have to make sure I play with that in my head on a regular basis. I think that's it, right? What's going on? All right, let's see if I can run through this again real quick. I still have like 6 minutes left. have the Pendus rule. Remember the Pendus. We start with the parentheses. Then we start with exponents. We start multiplication. Then you have the division. Division, we flip this first to get the multiplication. Then we do the reciprocal. Then we times 5, 7. Then you have this will be equal to 56, and this is 35. And then you have 35, 56. Because we multiply, and then now we have to do the simplest form. Now, first, this is going to be an interesting one because of the fact that 66. It's because we have, when we flip this, we do negative 7 times negative 5 is a positive 35. And here, negative 8 times negative 7 would be a positive 56. So we don't have that. But now we might want to reduce this to simplest form. Let's check it out. So now it has to be reduced to the simplest form. Reducing the simplest form really means that we should start by trying to see which numbers do they go into. It gets us a smaller number. So we know from the last problem that if we put 2, we divide 6 into 2 pieces, we get 28. We know if we divide 35 into 2 pieces, though, it's going to be like it's going to be like a decimal. So like 26, 22. Let me see. That goes into it. 15, you get a 30. And then 16 would be 32. And then 17 would be 34. If I try to do 17, this goes over. 2, 3, 34. Yeah, 34. So 17 is the highest amount, right? And then we would be left off with 2, and then we would have like we'd bring the 2 here, or we would have to do like something like 2.1 or something. So that's not going to be great. So the next thing we could do is we would divide it by 5. Well, let's try 3. I know 5 works here. 5 is divisible by 5, but this isn't divisible by 5. You have 6. 6 might work, but when we have 7, let's try 7. So we have 7 times 35, 7 times 6, 7 times 8. Yeah, 7 times 8 is 56. Right? And then 7 times 35 is 5. So we could use 7. Right? And we should know this because of the fact that we use 7 over here. But that's actually good to know. So now we know it's 5/28. Yeah, 7 times. Oh, 7 times 8, 5/8. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the other one. We have 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which is 525. This 25 is 125. And then this, I remember it's 25. Right? And then you have like 100, you have 500, 650. 500, 625. So you have 625. So that'd be 625. Then you have 625 over 5 plus 4. So then now we have the pendus, right? And we don't have parentheses, we did exponents. Now we could do multiplication, but we don't have any multiplication, so we do division now. So now we just say 5 goes to 625, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? Which would just lead us with 5. And then we have here with 4. 5 plus 4, right? It's 9. Did I do something wrong? Wait. 5 goes into 5. Not 5 times. 5 goes into 625 125 times. And then we have 125 plus 4 is 129. Ooh, I messed up. All right, let's go to the next one. We have 9, 7 times 9, 5. And then you have here, you have 9 times 9 is 81. And you have 7 times 35 is negative 30. 7 times negative 5 is 35. So it'll be negative 35. It's going to be all negative. So we could just leave that. I just think that is there any other way to, you have 7 and you have 5 here, and you have 9, you have 9, and you also have there's another number that does this too. Oh, we can't use that number. So let's see what happens when we put in this number. Okay, so that is the least multiple person. Wow. So we have negative 7 times negative 7 halves. And then we have, we do expend this, right? And we do this first, which will just leaves 49, because I know that this equals 49. Which is interesting. I'm gonna just, since we have this inside there, it's fine because negative 7 all right, let me just see something. We have that now. Because this is not necessarily a positive. If this was in here like that, we would get like a positive 49, but it's not. So now we use this where it says negative 7 times 7, which would be negative 49. And then we say negatives. Now we have to do this where we do 42. But we don't actually, goes up because negative 7 times 7, so it goes, we actually add. So we would say 56. Because if you add one more to this, would be 50, and then you have 50 plus 6 is 56, so it'll be negative 56. Okay. Next one we have here. So we have 6/3 plus negative 1/6. Because we have our appendix formula, and we inside our parentheses we only have one variable. No, it's not like it's doing anything else. So we would say we would just move to the exponents. This will be positive times negative is equal to a negative. And then we have this, and then the next thing we would do is do subtraction because we don't have any division or addition. And then after we do that, we can look at the two numbers here. So we'll add another 3, which will get a 6, which will get a 6 down here. So when we go ahead, we'll upgrade this by 2, because we have two. We only use 2, 3. We only use 2 multiples of 3, and then that would lead us to over here 6, and that's 12, and then you have minus 6. We don't have to do anything to this because it's kind of like saying 1 and 1 like that. At least that's how I'm looking at it, because there's only 1 over here, so that's what we kind of like leave that alone. Now we can go ahead and we can just do the regular subtraction, which would be 12 minus 1 is 11, and you have 11, 6. I think that looks okay. 11 over 6. All right. Okay, great. So it looks like order operations gets pretty tricky as I time to get. I can probably could still continue to work on that. I'm going to leave that as it is because S25 right there. I did the quiz twice. That's what I'm going to do. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video.